The expected outcome from this is an increase in quality production of goods and services in the local communities, improved income generation, building of capacity to cope with emerging challenges, improved standards of living in the communities, and revitalization of economic activities in the rural areas of the FCT.
Our plan after this MDGs program be important to us, first and foremost, we have the aim that if we have marketing the product, the most important things we have to go about, we look at it because this community we have no potable drinking water. And hence this program directly to the community, we are going to use the money at least to invite or any supplier or borehole to be executed in this community with the amount going to be realized from the product. And secondly, if the program is still continue, we still have other things to do, because when we started getting the primary school in Kango community, we use the community effort. I think we are in better position now to use this privilege, this opportunity that come to us, to generating the money and start thinking of more classroom be building for the younger generation, because in the country today, the first business on the ground today is to sponsor our children into school. And if there's no good classroom, our children cannot have proper conducive learning so that it will help the community in future.
The future is very bright because, one, some farmers, they have always used their own local way of production. In an hectare, where if you use, for example, maize, where you are supposed to have maybe about 3 tons of maize, you see farmers getting less than 1 ton. That is even if you use open pollinated variety. But with this program now, we have extension staff that are attached to these communities so that all their farm practices are improved. So when they plant, the farmers are there. So even the spacing and the number of seed per hill are controlled by the extension staff, so that they will have the maximum or the at least maybe, can I say, at least reasonable population, plant population per unit area. And that entails also the output that is expected from a given area. So the extension staff who are also trained and who have been on the field, they guided the farmers. And also, some of them, they never knew that using herbicide will reduce the drudgery involved in agriculture. So we gave them free herbicides so that maize now, you can plant maize. After planting, you don't carry a hoe to the farm again. The only thing is after you apply a pre-emergence herbicide, when the weeds begin to emerge again, and that would have about 6 to 7 weeks of your planting, the only thing is to use a post-emergence herbicide again to control, and that is all. And you harvest your maize without going back to your hoe. So that reduces drudgery in agriculture, and that's also because we are dealing mainly with majorly with youth and women. That also has indicated some interest of the youth to come into the trend of the agriculture. Because some of them, when we started, I said some of them are farming, who will go to farm? But at least they are now seeing some interest in the entire project. And there are some communities that actually our interaction with them show that even on their own individual farms, there was an improvement during the rainy season because they were copying what we were showing them on their community farms to their own private farms. Like we gave them knapsack sprayers, which they used to apply the chemical. So when they saw those chemicals now, some of them who had the ability, some of them bought the chemicals and went and used on their own farm. That reduced some of the labors they used to input on their own farm. So actually that thing has been, so that alone could sustain some of those things they've learned from us.
So importantly, to us, we hope to have, by the year 2011, we are moving from 600 hectares to possibly, we're moving from 600 hectares to possibly 5,000 hectares to be developed. And we hope by 2012 would have reached the 20,000 hectare mark that these farmers will produce. The challenge which we're already working on is to have them by 2012 process at least 60% of their produce so that there will be value addition, meaning more money to these communities.